So thank you for the time. We are from group one. We're gonna discuss about phonetic and phonology. So before we start our presentation, uh, I would like to uh, introduce my group first. My name is Komamal Padjapura and my partner.
My name is Gede Cahaya Wicaksana.
My name Iwan Elamirdi.
My name is Kadek Bayu Bagaskara.
So in our presentation, we gonna talk about the content is what is phonetic, type of phonetic, what is phonology, branch of phonology, and difference between phonetic and phonology. So, what is that phonetic? Based on Peter Roach in 2000, phonetic is the science of speech sounds which aim to provide the set of feature or property that can be used to describe and distinguish all the sound used in human language. So there's three type of phonetic. First one is articulatory phonetic, acoustic phonetic, and the last one is auditory phonetic. Articulatory phonetic is all about the movement we make when we speak. That's mean the movement we make, the movement organ of speech when we speak from the example the tongue movement, lip movement, and many others. And then acoustic phonetic. Acoustic phonetic is the distribution of speech sounds energy over the acoustic spectrum in the term of frequency and intensity. So it's more like a speaker giving speech from the listener to the listener. I'm sorry. And auditory phonetic is the study of the reception and perception of speech sound by the listener. So the listener recept what is that mean reception the speech from the speaker more and more like the listener can accept what is the speaker said. So next material will discuss by my partner.
Okay, thank you, Malpa, for the opportunity. Okay, let's discuss about articulatory phonetic. So there is some several method to learn the articulatory phonetic and say with articulatory phonetic. So articulatory phonetic is when you move your speech organ to make a sound. To make it more clearly, let's see the speech organ. Switch to the next slide, Malpa, please. Okay, so the first method of articulatory phonetic is being the bilabial. It's when a produce p, b, b, and m sound. It's kind of when you brought together your upper and bottom lip together. So when you p, it's make a p, b, or m sound. So the next one is libiodentals. It's by touching the bottom of the lip and with the upper of your teeth. By touching the upper of your teeth with the bottom of your lip, you kind of make f sound. When you want to make f sound, uh, bring together your upper teeth and your bottom lips. The next one being dentals. It's by entering the tip of your tongue between your teeth, between your upper and lower teeth. It's kind of when you want to make the sound. When you want to make a the sound, you slip your tongue into between your upper and lower teeth. So the next one being alveolars. It's with the tongue rise in the various way to the alveolars ridge. So the next one is palatals is by raising the front of your the front part of your tongue to the palate. As you can see in the picture, the palate is right the what's it, the upper side of your tongue. In the upper of your tongue, that's the palate. By moving your front tongue to the palate, you can make the sound. The when you want to make a the sound, that's what you do. So the next one being phalars. By rising the back of your tongue to the soft palate or phallum, it's by what's it, touching the right by raising the back of your tongue. So when you want to make a ch sound, ch, for example, the ch sound, that's what you do. So the next one being ovulars. It's by ovularing, the sound are produced by raising the back of your tongue to the ovula. It's kind of similar to the previous one. So the next and the last one being glottals. It's by the flow of air through the open by through the open glottis and the pass through the lips. Kind of when you want to make her sound, her. It's the air flow between your tongue and your lips. So that's all about the articulatory phonetic. The next material will be the
Okay, thank you for the time, Malpa Udi. So, I would like to sharing about phonology. Phonology is a study of how speech sound from patterns. It's still about the combination of sound consists as possible words in your language, whether it's an actual word or a non-word. So, phonology is how we learn about sound and word is the same thing, but has a different meaning. For example, uh, if we say C, from the alphabet, it will say like say, but but in sound, it gonna spell as C. The next one is 15, 15, sorry. Uh, as alphabet is kind of say 15, but if we spell a sound, it's gonna sound like 15. Uh, the next one is book. If we say book, uh, is book. Yeah, okay. If we say two, not, but see, we say as two. If we say paper, in alphabet, but when we spell it, it's gonna sound like paper. I think that's all. Thank you. Okay. So branch of phonology. Phonology is divided into two branches: segmental phonology and suprasegmental phonology. From Sakandera and Bullhaig, 2011. I think the first one is segmental phonology. It deals with the pronunciation feature such as stress, rhythm, and intonation. The second one is supra-segmental phonology. Is focused on the segmentation of language into sound based on its function and combination of sound. Thank you, Malpa.
So the difference between phonetic and phonology will explain by Bayu, please.
Thank you for the time, Malpa. What are the difference between phonetic and phonology? The one material phonetic. Phonetic is the study of sound in speech. Phonetic focus on how speech in psychology create and refer, including study of the human vocal and auditory tract, acoustic and neurology. Second one, phonology. Phonology is the study and use of sound patterns of create meaning. Phonology release on the phonology release on phonetic information for its practice, but focus on how practice in both speech and nonverbal communication create meaning, and how such pattern are interpreted. Thank you, Malpa.
Hmm. Thank you, Bayu, and all my friends. So, uh, we are right in conclusion. So, conclusion. In conclusion, phonetic in phonology is kind of similar, but it's different because the different of the study of linguistics, where phonetic is the study of sound in speech, while phonology is the study and use of sound and pattern to the another meaning. Uh, I think that's all from our group one presentation. Thank you for the time give from us, and I said I'm sorry if there's many big mistake in our presentation, and thank you for listening. We from group one, thank you. Bye. Bye.